Funeral cover for less than a cup of coffee. Peace of mind is not as expensive as you may think. For just one day, you can forego your cup of coffee for your monthly Diaspora funeral cash plan cover. To find out how much premium you would pay, get a quote today. Visit www.diasporainsurance.com/get-quote. WhatsApp +44 770 3838 304 UK and international. WhatsApp +27 659 070 419 South Africa and rest of Africa. Funeral cover for less than a cup of coffee.
Niajiwase. TapTap Send Money Transfer has launched its app in Kenya. Send money to M-Pesa and Kenyan bank accounts. Send money quickly at the best rate, hassle-free. Available in the UK, France, Italy, Spain, Netherlands, Belgium and Germany. Tumaki too.
Hello, and welcome to Dime Talk Shows. This is your host, Dr. Lucy McKenzie, and my co-host, Joy Zenz from Germany. Hi, my dear.
Hi, how are you today? You're looking glorious today.
Well, this is the Kenyan glow. How are you?
I have the German glow here. I think it's not even a glow, it's a shimmer because
It's a shimmer.
we have to make the heat here in the house before it disappears. Yes, it's winter here. Welcome everyone. And thank you so much, Lucy. Happy to see you here. We are back again.
Likewise, it's so good to see you. And today we have an excellent show.
Yes, of course. Again, listeners, it's all about health, right? Lucy, you know very well, we are very passionate about our diaspora, informing our members what is the most important thing they should be doing for themselves. Yeah, we talk about wealth creation, wealth generation, investing in yourself. Now we are still talking about your health because this year we started very strong, about the COVID and the situation. Maybe we can already start giving them a little information of what is coming, what is coming in this discussion. And if you're listening, welcome. Tell us where you are listening us from. Share with your friends, and let's get engaged. Prepare your questions because we have somebody here. We will be asking so many questions and we'll be introduced. So I'll hand over to you, Lucy. And people are asking who I am. I'm Joy Zenz, the founder of African Women in Europe, and as well as the founder of Africa Women in Trade, a very vibrant woman with a lot of hearts. And I'm very passionate about diaspora, and I'm so happy to be here having this show every month with Dr. Lucy, all the way bringing promotion all over Europe. And I in Europe, I am in Europe, she's in the US, right now in Kenya. I mean, we have gone global with the internet.
You know how the beauty of being able to connect online. This is just one of those tools that we just are privileged and honored to have that you can be in Germany. I'm in Kenya. We are having this great discussion. But I am super excited about today because this is a topic that many of us have experienced. We know how much of donor fatigue we've experienced, especially since 2020 with COVID. And so this is such a dear discussion to me. And I feel that as diasporans, we need to be very responsible and we need to plan accordingly. And wealth is not just for today. Wealth needs to be for those generation and for our kids, even the ones that we've never thought will come. That is to me very important. And so today's discussion really, 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 really touches me. And I cannot wait to have our guest come on and talk to us about diaspora insurance. Karibu sana, Dr. Sibert. How are you?
I'm all right, Dr. Lucy. How are you?
I'm very well. It's good to see you and to have you on our show today. And we will just get right to it. And so tell us, who is Dr. Sibert?
Yeah, thank you very much, Lucy, Dr. Lucy, and Joy for having us this evening or tonight on your excellent show here. I'm very excited to be part and parcel of this very dynamic discussion going on. And I understand you do quite a lot of you tackle a lot of interesting topics that affect us as diasporans. My name, I'm Dr. Sibert Mandega. I'm the executive director of Diaspora Insurance, and I'm based in the United Kingdom. I don't know. You want me to talk about Diaspora Insurance now or later?
Yes, tell us, what is Diaspora Insurance?
Who is Diaspora Insurance? Good question. So Diaspora Insurance is a specialist insurance company that designs, markets, and distributes insurance products that are targeted at African nationals that live and work in developed markets like the UK, USA, German, Canada. And we got a list of products that we have, like life cover, income protection, and medical insurance. But the key product that we are very passionate about, which has made a big difference and a big impact in the diaspora community, is a product called Diaspora Funeral Cash Plan, which we're going to talk more about. As a company, we're headquartered in the UK. We've been operating in the insurance space for the last 10 years. And we have also an office which is based in South Africa. So those two offices, between the two of them, they service the global market. So we cover at least 13 African nationalities, including Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, Zimbabwe, Ghana, Mozambique, South Africa. So I think they estimate about 30 million, I think, Africans live outside their country of birth. So it's huge numbers. And as a measure to see how big the diaspora community, I think we remit close to I think $90 billion annually back to Africa. So this is how big the diaspora market is. So we're quite passionate about servicing the diaspora, provide products that make a difference. So that's diaspora insurance.
Okay, and so where are you from originally? I know you're located in the UK, but I'm trying to place your name, but you know.
You can't place it. I'm a global villager.
A global village, yes.
A global citizen.
Yes.
Well, originally I'm from Zimbabwe, and born and bred in Zimbabwe, lived in Harare, and came to England about close to 18. It's now 18 years now since I moved to England. Yeah.
Wow.
But I still have very strong roots to Africa. I go there regularly. I call my parents and, communicate. And there's that strong tie, which I think most of us have. And this is what we talk about anyway tonight, about the strong ties between us and Africa.
Yes, that's awesome. You mentioned a very interesting topic about the diaspora funeral cash plan. Tell us how that works.
Yes.
And what is it?
What is it? Right. So maybe let me just give a background of the situation of a diasporan. Like I mentioned, we got strong ties to our motherland. You move to Germany or you move to USA or Canada, wherever you are. Like right now, Lucy, I think you told me that you're still in Canada, in Kenya for the past 3 months and so forth. So it's our homeland. So
Yes.
what happens is 90, I can say maybe from our experience, about 90 to 99% of the time, someone passes away in the diaspora, is either the diasporan or their family member, like spouse or children. If they pass away, they want to be taken back home to Africa for their final resting place. And
Yes.
that will give closure, not just to them, but also to their family members back home, especially parents, siblings, and so forth. So they want to lay you to rest in your home country. But but what we have experienced and what we have seen is that process is not cheap to repatriate a body from the diaspora to Kenya or to Zimbabwe. For instance, repatriating a body from the UK to Zimbabwe costs something in the region of £5,000 to £10,000. So it's a huge cost. And you find that many families, they struggle to raise monies to meet those costs. So what do? They end up or go on platforms like GoFundMe, try to fundraise, and they're frustrated, it's traumatic, it's painful. So what we've done is to come up with a product called the Diaspora Funeral Cash Plan, where a diasporan can cover themselves, a spouse, children, and they get covered that in the unfortunate event any one of them passes away, we pay out cash. And then they can use the money to either do the repatriation itself or cover any associated expenses. But the beauty about the product is that not only can they cover themselves in the diaspora, but they can also add aunties, brothers, sisters, mothers, fathers on the same policy. And these people don't have to be located in the diaspora, of which you can't do that with local products that you find in the USA, Germany, UK, Canada, and so forth. You can only cover yourself, and that's it. But with the Diaspora Funeral Cash Plan or Diaspora Insurance products, you can cover yourself and your relatives wherever they are. So we pay cash within, we say within 24 hours of making a claim. So you can use that money to pay expenses that are associated with the funeral. Could be repatriation, memorial service, to pay the funeral directors. The key thing is why we've done a cash cover is, so you may ask me, like, why are not doing repatriation, which, I mean, you may find some companies do that. Because, you know, as a diaspora, we migrate to these countries looking for opportunities. We get married there, or we move to the diaspora with our spouses, children grow up, we get established, and maybe 20 years, 30 years you're in the diaspora. This may become your permanent home. So your preference actually changes along the time. So when you come to the diaspora, you're thinking, if anything happens to me, I want to be taken back to Kenya. But 20 years, 30 years down the line, that preference may change. Yes. Germany may become your home country, USA may become your home country, or UK may become your home country. In such a situation where if God takes you home, you want to be laid to rest in the diaspora rather than be taken back to Africa. So what works best in that situation is a cash cover, because it allows you to be flexible in terms of your choices at any one point in time. Because if we were going to just offer repatriation services, it means that when you no longer want to be repatriated, that product or that service becomes invalid and you've actually lost your investment. But with a cash cover, all you need to do is to go to the next service provider and then just pay them the services. So cash gives you that flexibility. So that's the beauty about a cash cover. And also you find the situations where we have had some of our clients, they actually have gone to relocate to their home countries. Yes. Yeah? So in that situation, maybe there's no longer any need for a service that repatriates you to your home country because you're already there. But with the cash cover, long as you continue paying your premiums, if anything happens to you, we pay out your cash. I've always joked with our clients to say, even if you relocate to Mars, let's say people now live on Mars, still remain covered, we pay out. So wherever you are, relocating to your home country or relocate to another country, you still remain covered. There are also situations where we've had unfortunate situations where one of our clients actually had to go on holiday to their home country and they become unwell, passed away in their home country. But their wish was that they wanted it to be laid to rest here in England. Because it was a cash cover, we had to pay out, and they repatriated the body from Africa to England, which is what we call reverse repatriation. So that's a very unique feature about this product.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. If you are listening to us, you need to be logging into the Diaspora Insurance website, peruse through, because that is so remarkable. The fact that you can be reverse repatriated because you got the cash plan, that is so consoling to even our diasporan families that live there. And so this is a fantastic product, and I just can't wait for people to get their hands on this.
Yeah, and it's amazing.
What do you think about that, Joy?
I mean, I'm just thinking that, I mean, where have you been the whole time?
Where have you been?
We've been around. We have been operating for the last 10 years. You know how it's like in terms of strategy, you have to do it systematically. So we're expanding country by country. So we were focusing over the past few years, focusing on the Southern Africa. We moved to Central and Western Africa. Now we're focusing on Eastern Africa, Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania. This is where we are focusing on.
Wow. Why I say that is because we have had, and Lucy, you all agree with me, and this discussion has been going on also on, you remember at Karo Motuko, and we also, that's how I got to know about you, and I was like, oh, we have been waiting for this model because it's a tricky model for insurance, especially when you insure diaspora from far. And what happened is that even before Corona, around like let's say 3 or 4 years ago, there were always these contributions you have to do, and it became worse and worse. And during Corona, it became even more that people could not even breathe before somebody else. You have to contribute money to buy. They want to be sent back home. Some of them, and I have to say here, because we also have to be very clear, there's a funeral cash plan, but we shouldn't ignore the life insurance. And maybe you could tell us this part here where you're talking about, now that you're talking about the diaspora cash plan, to make people understand the difference between the two, the life insurance and the cash and the diaspora funeral cash plan.
Yes, it's quite true that these two products are very different, and people always confuse the two, that the life cover and the funeral policy. So you tell a person like, okay, I'm selling a funeral insurance, and say, I don't need it because I got a life insurance, because that's a misunderstanding how these two products work. So a life cover is how it's structured. It's that it covers the loss of income. Like, I think most families, we go to work and we earn a salary every month. And then your family depends on that salary for paying all the bills and everything. So what will happen is that if you pass away and if you've taken a life cover, the life insurance will pay you a lump sum to replace that income. And usually it's a huge sum of money. And because it's a huge sum of money, probably it can be up to $1 million or £1 million per life. Right? So because it's a huge sum of money, the insurer has to take a lot of precautions. So they do an extensive underwriting process where they check everything, medical conditions, to see whether you got any medical problems that can actually increase your risk of dying. So if you've got pre-existing medical conditions, your premium goes up, and you have to declare what you are suffering from, and also what your activities are like in terms of are you doing dangerous sports like car racing, bungee jumping, skydiving, and so forth. And some of them, they've got exclusions in whether you smoke and how many do you smoke per day, whether you drink. So that's very important to the insurer. So you have to declare and disclose all that information. So the underwriting process is long, it's complicated. You may be denied a life cover, or you can be accepted on higher premiums. Let's say you've got pre-existing medical conditions, right? And when you pass away, the claim process is longer than a funeral policy, because they want to check whether what you declared when you applied was correct and true. Whether you said they asked you do you have any history of cancer or anything like that, or any medical condition. So they need to check with your doctor, with medical records, what has killed you. So that process is actually very long. So that takes probably 3 to 4 months before you can get any single penny from the insurer. And also they want to make sure that your claim is not fraudulent, because it's involving a huge sum of money. So because in terms of a claim process, it's very long. It means that your life insurance cannot bury you, because what you want when it comes to burial is immediacy of cash, right? But you can't get that from a life cover, because it takes a few months before you can lay your hands on your claim, right? Now let me go back to a funeral policy like the Diaspora funeral cash plan, how we've structured it. We don't do medical underwriting on application on the Diaspora funeral cash plan. We don't even want to know your height. We don't even want to know whether your BMI, which is whether you're obese, thin, whether you smoke, whether you drink. We don't even want to get a report from your medical doctor. So application process is very simple. Within 15 minutes, you can actually walk away with your policy, right? Wow. And there's no waiting period. There's very short waiting period. And when it comes to claim process, the claim process is very simple. We just want a few documents from the claimant, including proof of death, the ID of the person who's claiming, and bank details. And the claim process is as short as 24 hours. So within 24 hours on paper, that's what we say to our clients. They get their money into a bank account. But in reality, when you submit all the documents that we require, within 4 to 6 hours, most clients will have the cash in their account. Why we do that is because we want to make sure our clients have got the money at hand, so that they can meet the expenses and they can process if they want to do the repatriation. It's quite easy for them to do that. So we want to make the application process simple, and also the claim process to be very simple. So you can actually see how these two products are different, but they are needed by us. We need a life cover, but we also need a funeral cover. So those two products have to be in anyone's portfolio when it comes to risk management. So you need to have both of them, because they cover different risks, and their payouts are different, the amounts are different. So we need both of them. And it is good that Diaspora Funeral Cash Plan are coming in with this product, which is very unique and which actually targets diasporans. Easy to apply, easy to make a claim, and you don't need to wait a long period before you can get the money to do the actual repatriation.
And as I can see here as well, you include others, not just yourself, right?
Yeah, it's correct.
Unlike the life insurance.
unlike life insurance, where you can't even cover people who are back home in Africa. You can't. They don't allow you to do that. And also, if you are out of your country, like for more than 90 days, that's for most insurance companies in Europe and USA, your policy actually lapses if you're more than 90 days out of your country. But for us, it's Diaspora insurance. It doesn't matter where you are, as long as you're paying your premiums, you're covered.
Wow. I can see the questions are rolling, are coming. Keep sharing your questions.
The other thing, sorry, Joy, which I wanted to mention or emphasize as well, is that most life covers expire, right? So you take a life cover now, most of them, they expire like when you retire, you're no longer covered, because they say when you retire, you're not getting pension, right? So there's no need for a life cover. You only need a life cover in most situations when you're working, because when you die, you lose your income from your work. But if you die when you retire, let's say about here in the UK, retirement age is about 65. So most life covers, they expire at 65, because the assumption is that when you are 65, you get your pension pot to cover all your expenses. So even if you die, you got a pension pot to rely on. So for your family to rely on, right? But our life cover, it doesn't expire. You get on to the Diaspora Funeral Cash Plan. After a certain period of paying premiums, you enjoy free cover for the rest of your life until probably if you die at 90, 95 years old, you still remain covered on the Diaspora Funeral Cash Plan. So that's another key differentiator between funeral policy and the life cover.
So before you go, I didn't understand that way. So you said that for the life insurance, it has an end. So with the funeral cash plan, you will continue paying throughout because until at some point when you stop.
Yes. So for us is when we when the premiums that you pay are equal to the benefit amount that you pay, you stop paying. So because we don't want people to contribute more than what they're getting.
Okay.
It's what we call treating customers fairly. So it's a very tenet that we believe in, or principle that we believe in, treating customers fairly. Our products have to address the client's needs, and also we need to treat them fairly. We don't want to extract money unnecessarily from our clients. So that's the key differentiator between the life cover and
then fair deal.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, fantastic. I hand you over back to you, and I welcome everybody else who's listening. We are still not at halftime, but halftime I'll give you a short break where you get to know what we are talking about. But it's all about you have to think yourself first. Let's think. We always think of supporting others. I know this is something that most of our culture think of. First of all, think about others. Then I think when you come to Europe and diaspora, you realize the exercise when you go to the aeroplane, they tell you to put the mask on yourself first before others. So this is the time we need you to start thinking about yourself, about death and taboo of death. And I'll hand over to Lucy to talk about those taboos of death and how we can get along with that, why people don't talk about death and why it's important and why these taboos.
You know, it's interesting because as much as we say it is taboo, this world, there is no other way we are going to live. Like, unless there's a rapture, we're all going to pass through this passage of death. And we die every day as the days go by. It's not like the longer we live, it's not like we get younger. We get older and we are approaching that place. So let's talk about when somebody argues that they've saved enough money to cover for their funeral and for that of their loved ones, and therefore they don't need this diaspora cash plan. What do you think about that as their plan?
Okay, I just wanted to just draw back to where you were saying that it's we're getting older and we die. So I think that's statistically that's what it is like. But we always say in diaspora insurance, it's not like they are the older ones that need the product. Even the younger ones, we actually say you need the product because you don't know when you're gonna die. I mean, it's not assigned to only the old people. From our experience, we like a month ago, we unfortunately one of our clients was like in the 30s, passed away, and then a week later we had to attend a funeral of a 15-year-old who actually passed away, and we pay out the claim. So it doesn't choose whether young or old, any age. So this is why we're saying people, they just need to be prepared and to take the necessary steps. Right. Going back to your question about putting aside money to cover expenses associated with the a funeral, maybe as a way of managing the risk. Right. This is done by people when there are no solutions available. Because so you resort to things that are not sustainable. You want to put aside monies for something like a funeral, which you don't know when it's going to happen. So let's say you've put aside $5,000, right, so that if anything happens, you got that money available. It's in your bank. So what will happen is maybe sometimes someone becomes unwell and you need to pay medical bills, or you want to go on holiday and you may think, I think let me just grab a bit of that money to use it on something else.
Yes.
That money is always accessible, it's always available to you. And so that's the risk. So you can actually use that money, and when you use it, then disaster strikes when you've actually spent that money. And then you're down on your knees and you don't know what to do. And then the other risk is that you may not be able to save enough to meet the expenses, right? Because you're always limited to what you've contributed to your savings. Correct. So this is where the risk is. So what we always encourage our people is that for a small premium that you pay to an insurance company, because our product is not about how much you've contributed into the insurance company. Is when you make an application, we choose the amount that is suitable for you, right? And then for a small premium, then you get that you pay per month, you will get the comfort and the peace of mind to knowing that with certainty I'm going to be paid so much if anything happens to me. But with a savings, you are not certain how much you're going to get, right? That money can be actually zero when things go wrong.
Yes. And actually, when you say that, it makes a lot of sense, because if I decided to start saving now, and maybe I want to have maybe 20,000, and something were to happen to me in 3 months, chances are I wouldn't have saved my 20,000.
No, you will.
And so now we revert back to having to ask the public to help us. And some may help, some may not. So you find yourself being left in the morgue for an extended period of time till we can raise enough money to repatriate us or to move us where we need to be. So I believe this is an awesome product. You mentioned about a waiting period. What is that like before we go on break?
Yes. So because our Diaspora Funeral Cash Plan is structured as an insurance product, and remember I mentioned about underwriting, where an insurer sits down with you, takes a lot of questions because you fill in a complicated questionnaire, and they some of them actually do medical tests on you. Some of them they do chest X-rays, HIV, TB, and so forth, or get a report from your medical doctor. But because we don't do that, right? What we do is we don't do all that. So we just accept you. We do what we call guaranteed acceptance on application. Because there's always a small risk that they go to the doctor today, and then the doctor tells them that you got only a few months left to live because you've got a terminal illness or terminal disease. So people in most situations or families will be like, okay, let's just go to Diaspora Insurance and get them a cover, so that in the unfortunate event they pass away in the next month, we paid out 20,000, right? So the insurer has put in place a very short waiting period for natural death of only 3 months. So when you apply today, if you make a claim within the first 3 months, we pay you back your premiums. But after 3 months, we actually start benefiting from the product, actually pay out after the first 3 months of making payments. This is natural death. But for accidental death, in fact, for natural death, waiting period is 3 months. But if you look at products that don't do medical underwriting, but do a cash cover, globally, most of them, their waiting period is actually 24 months. So 24 months, but for us, 3 months, our clients start getting huge benefits because we've designed this product, like I said before, with the diaspora in mind. Because we don't want our clients to wait for 24 months before they can get any help. So we want them to get the help they need. If they lose someone, then they can get the help. But for accidental death, there's no waiting period. You apply your policy today. In the unfortunate event you're involved in an accident, a week later or a month later, if you're covered for £20,000, we just pay it out straight away with no waiting period. Because you can't predict whether you're going to be hit by a car tomorrow or not. So that's why there's no waiting period for accidental death. But what it means is when you take a policy now, you're actually covered immediately. So your policy starts the very day that you take a policy.
Awesome. That is great information. And so we welcome those who are joining us right now. We are talking about the Diaspora Funeral Cash Cover. So we hope you will join us after the break. But we are looking forward to engaging some more with Dr. Sibert. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I mean, we have a very good audience here. I can see people are listening. Welcome, welcome. And we're going to take a short break, as Dr. C said. But before then, you feel free to ask your questions, put them in the chat. If something doesn't sound right or you want to know more clarity, this is your time, but not the last time. But we are here now. Take as much as possible information. And as well as you're going to the break, check on the website www.diasporainsurance.com, and if you want stroke away as well, or the other ones, but you still get to the same platform where you get information about the diaspora. And you can even start booking your appointment as we speak right now, because it's something that it's already active on there. So we're gonna go for a short break and to give you more information of who they are and just a quick overview as we come back.
Funeral cover for less than a cup of coffee. Peace of mind is not as expensive as you may think. For just one day, you can forego your cup of coffee for your monthly Diaspora funeral cash plan cover. To find out how much premium you would pay, get a quote today. Visit www.diasporainsurance.com/get-quote. WhatsApp +44 770 3838 304 UK and international. WhatsApp +27 659 070 419, South Africa and rest of Africa. Funeral cover for less than a cup of coffee.
Niajiwase. TapTap Send Money Transfer has launched its app in Kenya. Send money to M-Pesa and Kenyan bank accounts. Send money quickly at the best rate, hassle-free. Available in the UK, France, Italy, Spain, Netherlands, Belgium and Germany. Tumaki too.
Well, we are back again. Same topic. More information for you, and we'll go straight to the next questions, Dr. Lucine.
Actually, I'll even go to one that has been asked right here on the chat. It says, most of us in Sweden have life insurance. Why should we choose yours?
Yes, I think, that's the question we were tackling before the break about life insurance and the funeral policy that we offer, the Diaspora Funeral Cash Plan. Like I highlighted, maybe they missed that. Like I highlighted, the life insurance, it's a product which has been designed to replace someone's income in the unfortunate event that they pass away, so that their families can survive and be looked after. And usually there's a delay in terms of paying out the life insurance when you're making a claim, because it's a huge sum of money, and the insurer wants to make sure that there are no cases of fraud. So they do a lot of investigation, and they want to check what you have disclosed when you applied, whether you did a full disclosure of your medical history, your lifestyle, like smoking and so forth. So that claim process is very long. So it means that the payout is going to be delayed probably by 3 months, 4 months. Okay. But so what do you do then? Because you need money to pay funeral expenses. But with the funeral policy, the application process is very simple, it's very short, that also means that our claim process is very short. Within 24 hours, that's what we say on paper, we pay out to our clients. But in reality, within 4 to 6 hours, our clients actually have the money in their bank account. So those are the key differences between the life insurance and the funeral policy that we offer. And the other key difference is that the life insurance, which is offered by insurers globally, they expire, most of them. They expire up to a certain age, probably on 65 or 67. When you retire, then they expire, you're not covered anymore, which means that you don't have cover after that period. But with the Diaspora Funeral Cash Plan, you're covered for life, as long as you continue paying your premiums up to a point. Okay, like I highlighted, when the benefit amount that you pay is equal to the total premiums, then we stop paying your premiums, so that you enjoy free cover. for the rest of your life. And the other thing is that for a life insurance, let's say you live in Sweden, you got a life insurance. If you go back to Kenya, you're no longer covered. That Swedish insurer that is insuring you right now in Sweden, they cannot take risk out of Sweden. They can only concentrate on people that live in Sweden. If you go back to Kenya and say, I want to live in Kenya, maybe when you retire or even now when you're still in your prime, you've set up your investments, you want to go back to Kenya. So it means that that life cover is no longer working or applicable in Kenya. But if you go to a diaspora funeral cash plan, because it's a global product and it's been designed with the diasporan in mind, we know who a diasporan is and what do they do. They move from one country to another looking for greener pastures. So wherever you are, we cover you. So even if you relocate to Kenya, you still remain covered on the diaspora funeral cash plan.
Now, maybe on that topic, because we are all, you are covering like the whole wherever we are in the diaspora recently, and how the insurance covers, not the insurance, but the cover itself, you need to pay in a currency. So some of that are in euros, some of that are in pounds, some are in different currencies. How is that with the cover? How do you, is there a neutral amount that which currency do you pay with that?
The currencies just depends on where you are. For people in Europe, it's a euro. For US, it's a US dollar. For in the UK, it's the pound. Australia, we use the Australian dollar. But for the rest of the other countries, we use the US dollar because that's the international currency. Like people in the United Arab Emirates or people in Sweden. I don't know whether Sweden is in the euro, but I think they're not in the euro. Yeah, my geography just.
Again. Who is? Are you in Europe? I don't think so.
Yeah, they are in Europe, but they're not in the euro. So they use the Swedish krono. But when you take the diaspora funeral cash plan, we just use the US dollar, which is the international currency for people outside of these major economies.
Well, we are on that topic. There's a question here that is coming up that you would probably want to answer that. It's related to the other one too, sort of. But how do I get my peace of mind when I am dealing with if I'm dealing with a genuine company? We have heard of many stories of bogus companies that have disappeared with people's investments.
That's a very genuine question that people should be asking. Anyone who comes to them and say, I'm selling this and that, I'm selling this product, I'm selling this investment, you want to make sure that your investment is in safe hands. So first and foremost, diaspora insurance has been established for the past 10 years and we've been operating solid 10 years now, and we've now expanded to include 13 African nationalities. So that speaks volumes about our commitment to the market and our track record. And to date, we've paid more than $3 million in terms of claims to our clients, which speaks volumes as well of our commitment and our track record. We are a registered company. We are reinsured by one of the biggest reinsurers in the world called Africa Re. So that also speaks volumes about how we operate as a company. We are authorized and regulated in the key markets that we work in. And so that speaks volumes about our commitment to our clients. We're actually expanding, not just to include Africa, we're even moving to include other parts of the world where we have a lot of diasporans, like people from Asia, East Asia, like the Philippines, China, India. So our ambition is just to be global. So that speaks volume of our track record, where we're coming from and where we are going as a company. So be rest assured that when you invest with us, you're investing with a genuine and well-regulated company.
Okay, there's this question from Helen Kahungu. She asks, did I understand that I can take an insurance for my family members in Kenya?
Yes, Helen, that's a very good question. Like I said, the diaspora funeral cash, especially the diaspora funeral cash plan, has been designed with the diasporan in mind. Our tagline is guaranteed peace of mind. So we want to guarantee our clients a peace of mind. So peace of mind comes from knowing that your dear and loved ones, or those people who are close to you, are covered in the unfortunate event of them passing away. So not only are we talking about your immediate family, like yourself, your spouse, and the children. I don't know which part of the world you live in. Probably if you live in the UK or so forth. Those are your nucleus. That's your nucleus family. But not just that, but we also extend cover to people who are in Kenya. So if you go to your mother, your father, your brothers and sisters in Kenya, you can also add them on that policy. That when in the unfortunate event when they pass away, we make a claim. For your information, we have partners that work within Kenya as well who help with the claim process, so that if a claim happens in Kenya, it's quickly processed. Documents are gathered, the death is verified, and then the information is passed on to us. So we want to make the process very quick. So we got that value chain which we've created to make that process very easy and simple for you. So all we just need to do is to contact our partners in Kenya, and then everything's sorted, documents are sorted, then they're passed on to us. Then we can pay you directly wherever you are, or if you want us to transfer the money to Kenya, we can also do that. So the process is very simple and straightforward.
On that note, because it's also very important for some people, what you do, because people need to understand the funeral cover. Maybe, I don't know, you can tell us more, but as I understand is that just the cash. So, and most of the people in Africa, not here in Africa, but here in your diaspora, want to be buried home. How do you cover that processes of the body? Because it does, when you're being taken back home, it's a cargo. How do you work along with that in terms of do you support beyond just cash?
Right. So our product is a cash cover, right? Diaspora Insurance doesn't do repatriation, and what we've chosen to do is to provide our clients with money or with cash, because everywhere you go, if you see the messages that are on GoFundMe, people don't even ask about want this and that. All they ask for is money. Okay, so they go on GoFundMe. I'm looking for $15,000 I'm looking for $20,000 to repatriate my loved one to Kenya. So what we do is we provide cash, and then families, then when they get hold of that cash, they will approach companies that do body repatriation. We work with some of the biggest repatriation agencies that can help you. So we can actually pinpoint you to point them to you to say, approach this company. They can help you with repatriation. This is how the process is going to work. So we can actually help our clients in terms of the paperwork that is necessary, the documentation that they need to put in place, which companies to approach, so that's what we do. We just provide the cash, but then we can also assist them in terms of who to approach, who to work with, and where to get the necessary documentation from the embassy, from the airline, and so forth. So that's the value that we create. But why? So the reason why we don't do the repatriation, or someone will ask, like, why don't you do the repatriation? I think I've explained that before. To say we are very flexible in terms of our preferences. One moment you're thinking about being repatriated to Kenya, but maybe reality is 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. That's not the situation. Things change. You may no longer have close people back home in Kenya. So now your host country in the diaspora becomes your home. Your children are all grown up. They're all established. They are working there. They got their own children as well. So you got grandchildren there. So if anything happens to you, you want to be laid to rest in your host country where you're living and working. And also maybe even if you lose God forbid, you lose your child in the diaspora, you may want to lay them to rest in your host country or in the country that you're living right now. It could be UK, Germany, or USA. So that flexibility can only be provided by cash, because it's all you need at the end of the day is cash. Just walk to the next provider, pay cash.
Wow. Yeah, before we go to the question, there are more questions coming. let's go now to the really nitty gritty of the money, where the cover goes in, and I think Lucy has a very good question because it's related to somebody here asking about the how much is the monthly premiums, for example. And maybe Lucy, I know you are into that discussion. Do you want to pick up from there?
Actually, Dr. Sibert, and because this product has so much value to an individual, it's not so much even the cost, but to give our listeners a sense of knowing how much approximately would somebody be paying. Say I'm 40 years old and I want $15,000 as my cover, what would be my monthly premiums look like?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's a very good question. So your premiums usually, I can't give an exact figure, but the premiums are determined by two things: your age and your cover amount, right?
Okay.
How much you choose, because we always want to give people flexibility. Cover amount starts from 2,500 to 20,000 pounds or euros or dollars, whichever currency you're using. So so people can always gauge where they want to, because of what they want to achieve, their objectives, and also affordability. But as a guideline, if you are 40, like I said, 40, and you're aged 40, and you want to take a cover of about 15,000 pounds or euros, you'll be paying probably a premium of about only $20 per month.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's very affordable for most people. But what we want to understand is the value that is being created by the product. It's not just about, because diaspora insurance we don't want to focus and concentrate much on price itself, but we want to people to actually see the value that this product is creating in the community, the differences that it has made to clients in the markets that we've been serving so far.
And would my premiums go up as time goes on, or would because I heard you mention about pre-existing conditions.
Yes.
So if I have pre-existing conditions, are my premiums more expensive? Give us a sense of how that works.
Yes. In terms of your premiums, we have what we call guaranteed premiums. So once you get your policy, get onto the policy now, your premiums will not change; they remain fixed for the rest of your policy. Okay, so that's what we call guaranteed premiums. Even if you become unwell, or even if you like what was happening in the past 2-3 years when there was COVID, people who were on the policy already, the premiums didn't jump up. We didn't even adjust our premiums because of the COVID situation. Our premiums have always been the same. So because we want to treat our customers fairly, so our premiums are fixed and they don't change. Just because you would now increase risk, we now say we're increasing your premiums, or if you get older, then your premiums are adjusted, they remain the same. But for other products, I think things like short-term insurances, maybe like for cars or houses and so forth, when you take a premium, sometimes you find that the premium for your car actually goes up, or of your house actually increases. But that's not the situation with our diaspora funeral cash plan. Premiums are fixed for life.
Oh, awesome. So could you tell us how your claim process goes? How does that work, the claim process?
Claim process is very simple. Like I said, like application process, simple, 15 minutes, you're actually on the policy, you're covered. Claim process also is very simple. We want to make sure that our clients and their relatives, they get that peace of mind to know that the money is in their account and they can actually meet their needs, right? So what we do is, once we've got a bereavement in the family, you notify us. You can send by either an email, WhatsApp us, or call us to say, what a bereavement of a member of my family who's been on the policy has passed away. Actually, when you do the application, you nominate 2 people or 3 people on the policy to make a claim. So you need to notify those people that I'm actually on the Diaspora funeral cash plan or Diaspora insurance product. So if anything happens, these are their contact details. Call them, either email them, WhatsApp them, or call the office. And also on our website, there's a claim form which is available in the claim process. So people can actually fill in that claim form, send it to our call center with supporting documents, which are very simple. We need an ID of the person who's making a claim, ID of the deceased, any form of ID, could be passport, driver's license, or national ID that is issued in the country of where you live. And also proof of death. In most cases, it's a death certificate from a coroner or from a hospital, or a police report in the case of an accident, to say that this person. So that police report will form as a proof of death, and then your bank details, and then we process everything, and proof of residence as well, like where you reside, a utility bill. And that, so that's very simple.
Wow.
Okay. Joy, back to you.
Great discussion there. I can see the questions are still rolling in, and there's one here that it's similar to what I had asked earlier, but I'm based in UK and was informed that a cover does not include siblings. They would have to take a cover themselves as principal. I'm looking for a cover that would meet my needs as a diaspora. What answer do you have for this, for our more thorny? If I say
Yes, if I can understand this correctly, the diaspora funeral cash plan, it actually includes siblings. Like I said, it's a cover for which we have designed for Kenyans in the diaspora, and they got the ability to add their siblings, whether they're in Kenya, Germany, Uganda, or South Africa, or they're studying maybe in Russia or China. So you can actually add them onto your policy, and they become they become co-lives on your policy. They don't have to be principal on a policy. You can actually add them on. But the key thing is that you, as a diaspora, you have to take the policy first and then add all these people. For some situations, people will like, I don't need the cover because I'm sorted. All I want to do is I just want to get a policy for my mother or for my father or my grandmother who's in Kenya. That's it. That's not how it works. We have designed this product with the diaspora first, for the diaspora first, and then you can extend the cover to your siblings or to your relatives back home.
Yeah, and it's good that you're saying Kenya and hearing same countries, because this is just not only a product for Kenyans only. You are like, I was counting the other day, I think I had to open your website to keep up with the countries. You are really growing very fast. So
yeah,
I can see in Botswana, you're 13 countries so far.
Yeah. Botswana, Eswatini, Mozambique, Namibia.
Let me go through with them, because I know you miss one, and I don't want them to miss, because you have a lot.
Yeah.
So you have Botswana, you have Eswatini, you have Ethiopia, Ghana, Kenya. You also have Mozambique. You have I think that's Angola. And then you have Namibia, South Africa, Tanzania, Zambia, Zimbabwe, and I think there's one hiding here. I can't see. Uganda, yes.
Uganda, yes.
Wow.
Malawi. Sorry, it was not Malawi, Angola. It was Malawi.
And the list is growing.
Wow. So the idea is to cover the whole continent and the diaspora wherever you are, as you all had there. And I hope you're all taking notes. Listen, there are still questions coming up before we wind up, because we're exactly 1 hour. Time goes really fast. So we're gonna wind up. If you have a question, put it right now so that we can really go over it and ask here. There was one question I'm trying to find, and it was, I think, same person. Do you have a product that covers my expenses as diaspora to travel back home to attend and support funeral for our significant others, that is siblings and parents?
Yes. So that's how the product works. I think the question is, the answer is, we give cash. So the cash doesn't limit you. It actually covers all expenses. We cover up to 5,000 pounds or US dollars for people in Africa. So in the unfortunate event that the person that you covered on is passed away in Africa, you pay out the money to you directly, or if you want to, or we can any to anyone. So this is a situation. Then you can use that part of the money to buy your ticket to travel to back home to Zimbabwe, Kenya, and attend the funeral. So you don't need to borrow money to attend someone's funeral, and also the remainder of the money can be used to cover all other associated funeral expenses back home.
So that you get your money.
Yeah.
Wherever you do it, it's up to you. You don't need to account what you use it for. Is that correct?
Exactly.
Because at the end of the day, it's your money. You save.
It's your money. What you need to do, what you do with the money is up to you. What we do is just give you the money. Say, there is your money. There is your 10,000 US dollars. There is your 15,000 US dollars. You do whatever you want. This is your 20,000. Whether you want to fly now out straight to Zimbabwe or Zambia or whatever.
Yeah, and just to follow up on that one, just submit it. So you get your money, and this goes to the next of kin of the person you put on your document, not just anyone, right?
Exactly. That is in the situation, in the unfortunate event that you, as the principal or owner of the policy, has actually passed away. You got two people that you nominate in advance and tell us and put actually on your. They actually put on your policy document to say, in the unfortunate event that myself, let's say, I pass away, I've nominated two people on the policy. Usually people put their spouses, brothers, sisters, or someone close to them. And those are the people who know exactly your wishes to say, oh yeah, his wish was like he wanted to be repatriated or he wanted to be laid rest here in the UK or something like that. So we pay out the money into their account, then it's up to your family what they want to do with that money.
So these are very good questions here, especially Corona time, things have been happening. What happens if 2 or 3 of the people covered passed on at the same time? It's unlikely, but it will be 1 minute, or I think you were all born in different times. And
it can happen. It can happen. Let's say you can give an
accident. You never know.
A family traveling in a car, going on holiday, whatever, things can happen. They pass away. But we pay because this is where we create value. As an insurance company, our value is created by paying out claims, right? Mm-hmm. So if it's a genuine claim, we pay, and we have not had any problems with processing and paying our claims. It doesn't matter the number of people who have passed away. We've got enough resources as an insurance company because we are not like a group or an association where we of about 10, 20, 30 people who come together and put monies. And then that type of setup is the one that has got the highest risk of running out of money. Let's say maybe you're looking at Kenyans who come from Nairobi, they're living and working in London. And then they say, let's just form an association to say if one of us loses someone close to them, we just gets the money out of our account, contribute monthly, and then if you lose someone, we take money and then help them to do the repatriation. Though that type of setup is the one that actually has got a higher risk of running out of money. Let's say 2-3 people claim at the same time. But we are properly constituted as an insurance company. We got a reinsurance structure that sits behind us. So a reinsurer is an insurance company of an insurance company. So if you make a claim, we pay out the claim, but we also make a claim from the biggest insurance companies in the world, right? So that way you are always guaranteed that your payout is met. And also we got thousands and thousands of clients who we pull together and they contribute. So we got huge reserves in place. So we pay out definitely, and there's no risk of running out of money. Maybe that's where the question was coming from. To say you got 3 people making a claim, are we going to have enough money to make the payout? We definitely have those resources and capacity to do that.
Okay. Thank you so much for that. I mean, I see the questions are coming up, and I've given out your contact there. There's a telephone number, WhatsApp group that you can ask. Is there another question we are missing, Dr. Lucy?
I haven't seen another one.
Okay, so most of the time we do have some questions
After the show.
Yeah. So what we'll do is that as we have had, this is not the last time we're going to be here. We're going to come back again and more questions. Prepare them because we're not leaving you, Dr. Sibert. We are gonna be having you here because this solution is something that most of us have been waiting for, and some of you who don't know. I think I'm having an echo. And some of you who don't know, because we are actually following very closely with them, and we will be monitoring them as well. And very soon we'll be bringing you success stories as well. So it is important for you to come and hear the success stories of somebody who went through the process and how they managed to really get the product, and how it actually saved them. And I can imagine being there for over 10 years. You have a lot of experience and a lot of feedback that we can get from that. So listeners, you're not leaving this, and I can see here you've got a lot of good thumbs up. Thank you. This is a great opportunity for all diaspora. This is my friend Helen from Switzerland, and she's the insurance areas there, so she knows what she's talking about. She does a lot of wealth management, especially after death. So she's a very good informed lady. If you are an organization, and I'm sure our listeners here, you have groups, and because we really want you to get all this, reach out to us. They are very happy to come and listen to you. I mean, share with you the information in your small organization group. And I'm sure you're not, this time you're not very far, you're from the UK. You can easily fly to their groups and tell them really face to face, give them, because some of us Africans, we are people who want to see and touch, especially when it comes to money. And so it's so important. If you are happy, I'm sure Helen can organize for you to come to their Swiss Connect. They have a very big organization there in Switzerland, and a quiz as well, all the way in Sweden. She was there as well, and they're happy to come to you. Even those small groups that you have been having, they're called welfare. Welfare is also another platform where most of the people deal a lot with this kind of situation. And welfare, you have this opportunity, and I know one of them here in Germany. We'll also be linking you up with them. So we are here actually to share information. That's what is Dime Talk Show about. Giving you opportunity, take advantage of them. They are there for you. Every time we hear somebody, if you see somebody having a burial funeral contribution of their money, please share that link, share that website. And it's very simple: insurance, diaspora, insurance, diaspora insurance. I'm mixing all things up. www.diasporainsurance.com. Very simple. And the cover is quite, as you heard, it's about diaspora funeral cash cover. So you can be given cash to go deal with those quick issues that you need to deal with. And as you heard, it's not a long process, and you can use your currency wherever you are. And and a quote is just it's really like 1-2 steps from now. If you go to this website, because I've been there, and every time I land on this place where they tell me to go straight away and break up booking quickly and go to the WhatsApp, they're really quick to get you informed, and you're not gonna get to the website. It's very easy to use as well. I've also been there as well, and we'll also be meeting in person, because will be coming as well to all the events that we are covering here in diaspora as well. And we'll be really keen to see you. If you're also an our member, they will be coming to the events that you're having in UK, which I'll be mentioning up later on. And then also to Kenya, they are also having their offices. You said you have your offices there, definitely. For those diasporans who are always in tours, I envy you, Lucy. You have something to answer there. You are in the best place to be in 2021.
Yeah. But Dr. Sibert,
our last comment, before we give back to our guest to give us the last comment. And I can see there are more questions still coming, but Dr. Lucy, take over.
Yes. Dr. Sibert, maybe you may want to answer this one just before we go. Is there a maximum of how many people can be on the cover?
There's no limit. The limit is only your pocket. So we don't usually put a limit to say 5 people, 10 people. Usually people we just have to demonstrate that the product has got a genuine need for people that are close to you. So people that you can demonstrate an insure, what you call an insurable interest. Those people that are close to you, your dependents. But in reality, people usually cover their families, brothers, sisters, and parents. But there's no really like a limit to say we limit to this number. But it's just an open number.
Awesome. So we're going to give you what last word you may have for our viewers, but we also want to thank them for coming and to continue sharing this information, because this is very, very valuable information. And for us diasporans, this is a product we've been waiting for. And so we are honored that you accepted the invitation to come and share diaspora insurance with our diasporans. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ladies, for having us this evening. It was a very exciting and engaging discussion on a very important topic, diasporans. So we just urge people or listeners to get in touch with us on our website or call us. We can give you a quick quotation, get yourselves covered, or if you like what Joy was saying, if you've got a good large group and you want us to come and talk to them, we're very much excited to do that. Get in touch with us. We'll be able to hold talks like this, engage, discuss, and even people who want to distribute the product within their communities, get in touch with us. We are happy to do that and help you to do the same. Because all we want to do is to make sure that people have got this cover in place and they've got a guaranteed peace of mind. It's all about taking responsibility, really, being responsible for our lives, making sure we and then enjoy our peace, work peacefully. If anything happens, we know we're covered. That's our objective and aim. So once again, thank you very much.
Thank you so much for coming. We value you, and I am sure this is not the last time we're seeing you here on the Dime Talk Show. You will be back pretty soon, because I'm sure the demand will be very great.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah, it's all about death continuity or life after death. That means the continuation of when you die, what happened next. You wouldn't be here, some of us, but you need to know, because we don't want to leave people thinking that, wow, that person didn't organize themselves properly. That person, they tell us stories and they do the opposite. Anyway, I'm one of them. I'll be jumping on this one as fast as possible, because there was none around here apart from the life insurance. But as you know, it's a long process. So guys, we have given you the information. So I want to thank you so much for coming. This is not the last time. And we are going to be continuing this conversation. I'm sure we'll be seeing you, as I said, as well. So I'm looking forward to that. So thank you so much. And we'll catch up again within 2 or 3 months. I think we should be having here very soon as well, right?
Yes.
So thank you so much for that. So we will just be closing now slowly, and to just allow you people to really digest that. It's a very, very I don't know how to say, when I got to hear about it also on another platform, and it's very good that we do get this kind of information reaching out to us in all direction. And thank you to the technology that we are able to follow up about this, what is there for us diaspora. And if you know of a product out there that we are missing out, reach out to us. We're happy to reach out to the people and bring them here in front to give you those information that you're looking for, because there are great people doing amazing work, and they're diaspora like us, making solutions for us. Lucy, what do you think? these solutions should have been here like yesterday. Where were we?
I am so happy that this product actually exists because how many times, in the last couple of years, we have been called several times to assist with funeral arrangements. And just before you get done with this one, somebody else has passed. And so to have this product available to all of us, I think it's priceless, and
I think
so
so.
I think
And I
as
do you know what
diasporans,
I'm thinking right now, Lucy, Dr.
what are you
Lucy?
thinking? What are
I
you
think
thinking?
you should have a chama where people pay for each other if they cannot pay for this. What do you think? We are diaspora. Anyway, I leave that thought for another day. So you guys,
Yes.
thank you so much for coming, everyone. We have given you a WhatsApp group that we created there for the Dime Talk Show. Those ones who want to follow us and get to know more products that we always have. We also have a form where you can fill in and you get information. We are getting more and more guests coming up. So next time we also still have another guest queued up. Great products for you, diaspora. I know we talk about Kenya a lot, but we also talk. They also don't only give products to Kenya. Most of these people that we offer, they're always welcoming diaspora. And if you are from another country and you want to invest in a different country, why not? Why not? And
Yes.
very soon we will bring you products that are open for everyone, wherever you are, even if you're a Western person with the heart of Africa and maybe tired of investing in Europe with the 0%, you want to get more. You can always get great products also in Africa, because I think there are really good products. One of the products we'll be bringing you as well, the money market fund, is also in the queue. I'm just giving you a hint. And Mashamba, we are reducing a little bit. So we'll be going now to buying properties. Let's stop a little bit of debt capital. And of course, don't forget that we also have our own events. African Women in Europe, we are back again. That's
Yes.
something I wanted to mention. And I hope, Lucy, you can come to our events. We are
You know,
really
I'll be there.
definitely. We are not,
Yes.
we didn't even go one place and two places. So this is, some of you who don't know, African Women in Europe was created over 15 years, and we meet every year in one country. So 2020 we were supposed to meet in different countries, but the corona came and we all went to virtual. These events have been revamped up again, and as we are speaking right now, we are and I'm sharing you and this is Germany. I'm better start with the one that is coming. We have so many, I have to think of which one is coming first. So the first one is on 21st of May. And this is happening in UK. We are actually hosting it at Holiday Inn, Milton Keynes. And if you have not bought your ticket, we have early birds going on as we speak right now. So check out those early bird tickets, and they're ending end of this month, which is a few days. But we have an opportunity that we might extend it, because the UK event just was released not long ago. So we have already people coming. We have very investors, mind thinking guest speakers, and who have done it, and I'm going to explain to you more how you can go to that. We also have we have a lawyer coming giving you information about well-being, and it's about yourself and building the self. And I know we have not been together for a long time, but this event is something I'm encouraging you to come. And then we also have, that is in May, right? So the other one
Yes.
is coming up as well as immediately after. It's Germany. Germany is coming out in June 25th at Haus Muhlenbrook. How best is it, Lucy, when you go support your own sister in their own businesses? These are one of our sisters who's doing amazing work here in Germany, has a restaurant and a hotel, and we go there and we really have, and we even have a DJ of our own. All these events
Nice.
have entertainment as well. Check out on that. And Holland is also coming, will be with us as well. It's on 2nd of July. Look at that panel. It's so big. I was like, wow, I'll put you all, we have all of you on that day. And some of them are even campaigning to be representing in Holland as well. You know, Kadogo has been doing amazing work. She's looking for your votes there as well. If you're in Holland, check out on her. She's an amazing lady, and all these lady entrepreneurs, you're all encouraged to come and meet, find who we are. And if you have a stand, and we also have all this on our Eventbrite, we have an Eventbrite ticket, which I'm going to give you on the chat, where you can book your tickets as well. So these are some of the things that are coming up. So we also have Switzerland. Helen, who you saw there, she's preparing an excursion. If you've never been in Zurich, why not? You can go visit Zurich, and they're going to all these cheese mountains and big and chocolate. They're doing a good tour. I'm telling you, that is just coming up shortly, just giving you a bit, and that will be in September for Switzerland. So more information are coming. And don't forget the African Women in Trade. We are meeting in South Africa. So we have to give back. Dr. Lucy, what do you think? This is our time.
Why not? When are we going to do it if not now?
Exactly.
Our opportunities now. We are energetic now. This is our time, and we need to exercise it. So let's not sit on the sidelines hoping that somebody else will do it. It's us. Africa needs us, and we need to make it happen. So I am so excited about all these activities that are happening in Europe, and I cannot wait for the South African one as well. So I'm sure we'll probably unveil that at the next Dime Talk Show next month, and give people dates so they can plan accordingly.
Yes, so everything will be, as I mentioned, on our website, African Women in Europe.eu. That's where you find most of our activities. Right now, the website is under reconstruction, but you'll see already the events you can book with the Eventbrite ticket already there. So African Women in Europe.eu. So thank you so much, Lucy, for today. It was such an honor to have you here back discussing again a great guest. Next month, we are here again with another guest, and we'll be giving you more information. So I want to thank you, everyone, for coming. And any last word from you, Lucy, before we close? We already passed the hour.
Yes. For those listening to us in the African region, good night. And for everybody else, if it's daytime, we wish you an awesome day. Have a great weekend ahead. And for us in Nairobi, we're going to be going to bed shortly. So as always, Joy, it's such an honor having to host this show with you. I cannot wait to meet you in Europe pretty soon. All right.
Thank you so much. I'm going to leave you with a big a video showing you more of what is coming up, and also what you were talking about today, because today was a day especially made for Diaspora Insurance and .com. So check out on them, just to give you a reminder. And don't forget, it's about the Diaspora funeral cover, the cash cover that is that they are encouraging you. They also have life insurance, but only in the UK. But for all of us on the other side, outside the Brexit, we are here for the funeral cash cover, and as well Diaspora Insurance. That's the place to go if you're thinking of having a funeral, a decent funeral, without leaving baggages behind for your family and your friends. And this is the time for it. So thank you so much for everyone for coming. We'll talk again next month. And the last Friday it's always the last Friday of the month. So keep checking on us. Thank you and good night.
Thank you.
Funeral cover for less than a cup of coffee. Peace of mind is not as expensive as you may think. For just one day, you can forego your cup of coffee for your monthly Diaspora Funeral Cash Plan cover. To find out how much premium you would pay, get a quote today. Visit www.diasporainsurance.com/get-quote. WhatsApp +44 770 3838 304 UK and international.
Niajiwase. TapTap Send Money Transfer has launched its app in Kenya. Send money to M-Pesa and Kenyan bank accounts. Send money quickly at the best rate, hassle-free. Available in the UK, France, Italy, Spain, Netherlands, Belgium, and Germany. Too mucky too.
Funeral cover for less than a cup of coffee. Peace of mind is not as expensive as you may think. For just one day, you can forego your cup of coffee for your monthly Diaspora funeral cash plan cover. To find out how much premium you would pay, get a quote today. Visit www.diasporainsurance.com/get-quote. WhatsApp +44 770 3838 304 UK and international. WhatsApp +27 659 070 419 South Africa and rest of Africa. Funeral cover for less than a cup of coffee.